Running around with y'all were done just at the state bridge. All right.
The same thing to my people.
All right. You could be cool. You can cook some. Okay, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and clap it up. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, everyone online. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be back in the Bay. Shout out to everybody that came out to the West Coast Cookout. You understand, all the generals, all the captains, the officers, the troopers, the sisters from around the nation, the children. It was a glorious event. Commander Gihanna did an excellent lecture. Give him a hand for that. General Hyman's class was amazing. You understand? So it's also good to be back here in the Bay with y'all brothers and sisters tonight. So let's go ahead and get it in. What's the any questions online or in the room? Go ahead.
So, sir, can I get a general breakdown on Revelations 17 and verse 6?
All right. Revelation 17 and 6. All right, let's go ahead and get it.
This is the book of Revelations. Yeah.
Didn't sound like that till you started reading. Yeah.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 17 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints,
Right.
and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her, and I wondered with a great admiration.
Right. Just this verse?
Just this verse. But
Right. Let's go up. Let's go up. Go up 1, 2 verse. Go to verse 4.
Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colored, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls,
right,
having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations.
Damn.
And filthiness of her fornication.
Right. So what is this talking about? Anybody? Go ahead.
It's like America.
Yeah, I'm right. Get a brother hand. I mean, it's talking about America is going to be revealed to us. It calls Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. You understand? These precepts right here show that this nation is talked about in the Bible. There could be no other nation. Like when we was at camp, what did someone try to say? That the Muslims or the Arabs are Esau. You know what I mean? They always want to change up who is who in the Bible. Now we got these Edomites in Israel. They're the real Jews. The Arabs are Esau all of a sudden. And we're Hamites. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is turned around to do what? Cause confusion. Go ahead, up. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. But what were you gonna say? Cause confusion. Right. That's what they do. That's what the white man's skill is. His best skill is his ability to lie and to hunt and kill. Those things is what Esau is great at, and it's how he's taking over the world, right? So when they say arrayed in purple, once again, that's a royal color. It's very hard for them to make that fabric or that color, right? Purple back in the days. And rich people were always associated wearing purple, which is ironic why, you know what I'm saying, IUIC wanted to choose this color. The rainbow community and rich people that didn't give a damn about poor people. America always were described as being arrayed in purple and gold and precious stones. But inside of that cup, what makes them rich and wealthy is filthiness and vileness. You understand? Like, once again, you know me. Somebody Google, I wish I had Siri or whatever the hell this thing's called. Alexa, you know what I mean? Oh, Alexa, you back on. Alexa.
Thanks for letting me know.
She got a smart mouth. Alexa, tell me how much money does how much money does OnlyFans make every year?
From techreport.com. OnlyFans net revenue increased 617% in 2020 from the year before, reaching an impressive $358 million.
2020. Give me the number for the year 2024. That's way back in 2020. Alexa, how much money did OnlyFans generate in 2024?
From CelebrityNetWorth.com. In 2024, OnlyFans generated $7.2 billion
Yeah,
in
that's a
gross
big-
revenue.
It's a big jump. You understand? And we in 2025. So this year ain't even done. But $7 billion was generated on OnlyFans. So those women, what does it look like? The women that have made money on OnlyFans. It looks like a Louis purse. It looks like a Lamborghini. It looks like a Ferrari. It looks like a nice, beautiful home. You understand? Like it looks like a vacation. That's what you see on Instagram. But what you don't see is the disgusting filthiness they had to do in order to gain that money. You understand? So go back and read a little bit far into that verse we just had, verse 4.
Verse 4.
And this is why it's always like a woman, you know what I'm saying? In America, you get to see, it's kind of easy for us to understand that, like, okay, you see this woman that has all these great things, but you know what it means to be a whore and have nice things. You understand? They don't come easily. That's why America's always compared to like a whore in that way, because everything is for sale in America. Go ahead.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color,
Mhm.
and decorated with gold and precious stones,
Right.
and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand,
Mhm.
full of abominations of filthiness of her fornication.
Right. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots.
The mother of what?
The mother of harlots.
Right. So not only is it America literally is the mother of whores. Like whoredom has been taken to another level in America. There's no other nation. The internet, you know what I'm saying? They talk about space age pimping. America has developed, they say it's the oldest profession, right? Can you imagine what it would be like if they had the internet 1,000, 2,000 years ago? Like there's so much evil going on the internet. We talking about it, even with the lecture, Commander Jane Hunter speaking about pornography, how many brothers are addicted to pornography, and even sisters getting into this. And it's on both ends. The women that are making the videos are addicted to the money they're making, and the people watching it are funding this and giving them money for being whores. They're promoting whoredom. It's snowball. Like 10, 20 years ago, a goddamn woman to get into porn was still a big jump for most women. Your average whore, even prostitutes were like, I'm not going to do porn. OnlyFans has made it just the norm now. You know what I mean? Like the average Instagram model online, it seems like they have an OnlyFans. They are porn stars. You know what I'm saying? They have just made it the norm. So not only is America the mother of harlots in that sense, in the spiritual sense, it's the mother of whores or harlots. You can be whatever religion you want to be. You can follow whatever you want. You can worship whatever you want. You can become your own God. You understand? You don't even know you in a religion in America. Half the time, people are in so many religions, they don't even know they're in a religion. The science field is a religion. It's a lot of beliefs. Some of it is based on facts. A lot of it is things you can't prove, and it's their own religion. What else is a religion? This the music industry, the movie industry. You understand? People worship these guys. What do they call the people that they look up to? Go ahead up. There you go. Get a brother hand. You understand? The TV show, American Idol. You understand? Like you're gonna worship these people. They say it even now, like it's normal. I thought Michael Jordan was like a god. You know what I'm saying? This person, Michael Jackson, is a god. They love to uplift everything else except the Most High God, except giving credit to the Lord. All right, read.
The mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Right, all the things that the Lord hates, abominations. This is the home of it. Keep reading.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
Right, who wants to break that down? She got this cup. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. It's talking about how she kills the Israelites.
Right.
She sits up there. She like in the scriptures. I think it's Revelations 11. It
Mhm.
says like their dead body shall lie in the streets because
Okay.
they killed their, the saints, the
Right.
people, our people.
Everything you saying is right. What's a little bit deeper than that? She's drunken with the blood of the saints. I'll give him you okay. Go ahead, Ashar. What
So,
is this? Is descriptive language? The Bible is dropping bars right now. What are they trying to touch at? Drunken with the blood of the saints.
So like not just like the destruction of our people, but in a sense like in a sense like drunken with the confusion that it's putting on our people. Like
Mhm.
like almost as if when like how a demon gets to, rejoice and doing and get joy in having somebody do wrong.
Okay.
That is of our people.
Okay. I kind of see where you're going. You want to take a shot at Nayat?
Like, sir, yeah, it was probably like the same ballpark with his, but I mean, she was drunken because that's her main goal was to defile the Most High's chosen people.
Mm-hmm. What are okay, one more time. Go ahead.
Slovakia, like she's drunken in the sense of she can't get enough of us, like she's infatuated with us,
Okay.
wanting to kill us, destroy us.
Damn. Okay. Now you get into that, you know what I mean? So it's always good to just imagine the metaphor that's being had and then see what it's saying too, if that makes sense. So, like, what does somebody act like when they're drunk? There's a word, they say belligerent, loud. You know what I'm saying? They always want to fight somebody. People that get drunk, they want to revel and argue with somebody. They just sloppy all over the place. Like America has become drunken. You get what they call it, drunk muscles, or what, you know what I mean? Drunk courage. You know what I mean? You get all this courage all of a sudden. What makes America have courage is the blood of the saints, of the martyrs, of Christ. You understand? Like America knows that the biggest threat to this nation is the children of Israel learning who they are, following the law, statutes, and commandments, and Christ coming and putting an end to this empire. You understand? So they have to keep killing the saints in order to get their power. You know what I mean? So read it again from the top. Verse 6, yep.
Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with blood, drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with a great admiration. Verse 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore doesn't thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Right. So this empire, it was, then it fell off, and then it rose back again. You understand? The Babylonian Empire was, it fell off, it was rebirthed in America. The Egyptian Empire, the Roman Empire, all these different nations that enslaved the children of Israel and grew to be great, powerful nations, they had a day where they ended, and then they rose up again and rebirthed in these times. You understand? America has perfected all of the information they took from those previous nations and has gotten to a point where nothing could stop this nation except the Lord. That's where we at in history. If it's not for the Lord, then no one could stop the things that they're doing. Right? Keep going.
And go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose name were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is.
Right, and you read further down, it explains the different mountains, the different governments, talks about the different kings, these different people that are in rulership, these different nations that come up out of this line and that try to, fight against the Lord's chosen, fight against Yahweh Shai Mashiach, but their time is at an end. You know what I mean? This is the times we live in at. Is there anything else on that? Or all right, Most High Christ. Any other questions? Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. Can I get a breakdown on Isaiah 3 and 12?
Mm-hmm.
And the part is children are their oppressors.
Right. That's a good one.
Now, I just want to ask if the children, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing smash and grab. Is that
Right.
how they're oppressors? Well,
Mhm.
are oppressors by doing things like this.
Right. La. Go ahead.
Okay, you want to read?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
As for my people,
Right.
children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Right.
O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
Right. So as for my people, children are their oppressors. So I think I saw Nathaniel, he tried to break this down and use this as young black men as being the ones that are oppressing us. You said smash and grab, right? Those things that the YNs are doing and things of that nature. Who owns the 7-Eleven they smash and grab?
It's like, sir, heathen.
Exactly. All these businesses that they're going in and abusing, that's just one example. But they are doing things to our community, but they're not our oppressor. You understand? The children that are oppressors are the white man. You understand? Are these heathen nations. They're children because the way they act is childish. You understand? They shouldn't be over us. Give me Job chapter 30. Job chapter 30, verse 1. Let's see what we got. Yeah, let me see if that's what I want.
This is the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 1. But now,
Mm-hmm.
they that are younger than I,
Right.
it's like they that are younger than I
Mm-hmm.
have me in derision.
Right, in derision. That's like laughing. They're looking down on you. They're laughing at you. The ones that came after you didn't have power, weren't in rulership. We taught these heathens how to bathe and how to, read and write and do all these things. Now they're looking down upon the children of Israel like we are nothing. When King Solomon had a glorious empire that, the world has never seen. You know what I mean? But now these people that were at the bottom, they have us in derision and look down on us. Keep going.
Whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Good night. What does that mean? Go ahead.
Esau is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm taking from that. Like, Esau is like a dog. Even Christ said Esau is like a dog. So, like, saying like their fathers, like, I would consider them as dogs. Like I'm getting this correct. So,
That's part of it. You almost there. Anybody else want to take a shot at it? Whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Go ahead, sis. So you in first.
So, okay, so
Mhm.
would it be that they weren't good enough to even be able to sit with the children of Israel now they're willing to? Meaning in the aspect they were kind of spilled.
Right. Yeah, this is the hand. You understand? And just to add on to it a little bit more, we wouldn't even let their fathers watch our dogs. Now, can you imagine the children of these people are in rulership over us? Like your oppressor is like a child. They'll eat anything. You understand? You got to tell your kid, don't put that in your mouth. Don't. You got a little baby, they're going to crawl around everything they see. If it's a bug, if it's a tire, it doesn't matter what you got. That's why they say sometimes you know what almost everything tastes like, because when you were a baby, you put everything in your mouth. It was a book, it was this, it was that. The oppressor is childlike like that. They're going to make a show and go eat every abominable animal on planet Earth just for fun. Like I saw this earlier today in Wisconsin. They have a goddamn thing they do every year where they eat raw ground beef on a sandwich with onions. Any of y'all seen that? You seen that? Yeah, they call it the cannibal meal or something like that. They just get a straight raw patty. You know me, I was at the grill at the barbecue. I'm making hamburgers. The sister's coming up. Yeah, I don't want no red in mine. You know what I mean? We don't like that. Like the first time I saw that, I was tripped out. I went to a burger restaurant. They had it like medium. I understand steaks, but hamburgers? God damn. You know what I mean? They doing it medium well, medium. I didn't even know you could do that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I feel like I'm straight for the hood. I'm with my cousin. They, you know, a little bit more cultured than me. I get my burger. I'm like taking this back. Like, hey, y'all didn't cook my goddamn burger. You know what I'm saying? They eating it raw. They didn't put it on fire at all, Akim. Just straight raw ground beef and just enjoying it. You know what I mean? They're childish. They want to bungee jump. Ain't no nigga ever invented bungee jumping. We might have tried to do it with them and be like them, but what black man or the Hispanic man just start to look at a bridge and is like, you know what? I want to jump off of that motherfucker. I feel like dying today, but I don't want to die today. Let me try and almost go to the Hillary. Will you marry? Y'all know that? Y'all too young for that. You ain't seen that on Fresh Prince. This dude was trying to marry. They sitting there watching it. He just kept going. Boom. That's not what we that's not our culture. They're childlike. They want to do things that we don't. The whole TV show Jackass is another example. Like the brother said, he slingshotted in a porta potty. You know what I mean? That's childish. So go back to Isaiah 3:12. You know what I mean? These are the type of people. They're just a really disgusting people. You know, we all know these things. They dig in their nose, they dig in their butt. They little white kids everywhere you go. You see a little white kid just digging in their ass. You know what I'm saying? We try to tell your kids early on, like, do not do that. If you gotta go clean yourself or do that in private. White kids just can't. I don't know what the hell they got going on over there. But a little white kid is always in their ass. Salakia. Go ahead and read.
God. This is book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
As for my people,
Right.
children are their oppressors.
Not the young niggas stealing from 7-Eleven. That's not the reason why the ghetto is the way it is. Even the cats that's doing the killing and gang banging, the robbing the little old ladies, that is not the real oppression that we're facing. This is what when those cats like Charlie Kirk, they come out and they always talk about crime is in the black community. There's so much crime, 50% of crime. Who the hell is defining crime? Why don't you define the person on Wall Street that took $500 million last year as a criminal? How is the nigga stealing from CVS just as bad? And not just as bad, he's worse. Because they never take them to jail that are on Wall Street doing these crimes. That is where the oppression is coming from. That's why the brother is in CVS stealing. That's why these kids are going to 7-Eleven doing smash and grabs, is because all the money and resources is taken out of our community, and we poor, we ignorant, the education system, they don't put money into that. So you wonder why we acting like this is because children are oppressors. You understand? People that, if they were even a little bit of wise, they would treat us better than the way they treat us. You understand? They're so greedy and selfish. That's another thing about someone being immature, about your oppressor. When you're a baby doesn't care about anyone else. The younger a child is, the less they care about anyone outside of themselves. You understand? You think about a newborn, all they want is food, change me, you know what I'm saying? Let me sleep, let me burp, whatever. That's it. Everyone is to serve them. You get a little bit older, you start to say, okay, let me worry about this person. That's why kids don't want to share their toys. You have to teach them how to do these things. The oppressor, they can't understand sharing. They can't understand having brotherhood for other people. They're so greedy and selfish, like a little child. You understand? And the only one that's going to put them in their place is going to be the Most High God. I saw someone's hand up.
Slocky, sir. And then they have the audacity to sit up there and say, go get a job.
Right.
When the unemployment rate for Black people is right now 7.5%. And it could be higher because they haven't even released none of the new data yet.
Right.
That was only in August.
So, you know what I mean? That for one, we are working, you know what I mean? And working is not working. Like it's the more hours we work, it seems like the less money we have, you know what I mean? That's what they love to keep us in that state because they could pay us more. But they feel like if you have more money, more freedom, you would start to want more from them. And they like, nah, we got to keep you just enough to pay your rent, just enough to pay for your gas, just enough to buy your food. And that is where we keep you, hungry and still needing us, a paycheck away from being homeless. You know what I mean? And so that's how they keep their power. You know what I mean? So that's the children. Go ahead.
Like I said, is that kind of referring to why they emphasize on the DEI hire
Mm-hmm.
and trying to basically take away jobs from our people? Essentially, was because of that to try to keep us on a leash.
For sure. Like I say, the white women benefited from DEI more than any other group. You know what I mean? This whole DEI thing is a myth in itself. They weren't giving us the jobs. As a matter of fact, they had a sister come out. I saw an article say that she made an AI profile and had the same information and went out and applied for these jobs. And let me see, I got the number that it said. I took a screenshot of it. You know what I mean? So this is another thing too, where they keep telling us, why do we keep talking about race? Why do we keep talking about the white man? It doesn't make sense. We are at a better place in society. We don't need to keep dwelling on those things. That's what they tell us. That's what they're going to tell you at camp. You understand? Let me see if I got this one. Where is this? Let me see if it comes up. Not that one. So here it goes right here. It says, let me see, I got 2 pages of this. So Aaliyah Jones, a 26-year-old digital storyteller from Washington, D.C., became known for a bold undercover experiment she ran on LinkedIn. Frustrated by her own struggles getting job callbacks, she created a fake profile named Emily Osborne, an AI-generated white woman with the exact same resume, experience, and skills that she had. Her goal was to test whether her identity alone was affecting her hiring outcomes. Over the course of 8 months, she submitted more than 300 job applications using both her real identity and the Emily profile. The results were stark. Emily, the white presenting profile, received interview invitations 57.9% of the time, while Jones' own profile saw just 8.9%. God damn, not even 10%. She did 100, 9 people were gonna call her back. If Emily did 100, damn near 60 people is calling Emily back. Don't let Emily get in the actual interview. Emily is blowing rod and getting 100% of these jobs. Salakia, you understand? She's getting paid more, and the sisters don't understand why. You know what I mean? Like this, I'm gonna keep reading. In terms of engagement, Emily was far less likely to be ghosted. Her response rate was 31% versus 15% for Jones. These numbers suggest that simply changing the perceived race of the applicant triggered significantly more recruiter interest and positive engagement, even with identical credentials. So now, how are they going to tell us there is no reason we should be talking about white people when clearly they have become covert? That's the thing. Like, you have to study what they're doing, in order to see it because they're hiding it. Back when they had a no Negroes here, no Mexican sign, you could see the oppression. When they were lynching people daily, you could see the oppression. They said, we got to go underground with our racism. We got to hide it and cover it up. You damn near have to have a certain level of education to even understand what the hell they're doing because they're so skilled in oppressing us at this point. So that's our job as priests and prophets of the Lord, is to go and find out what they're doing now, unmask these things, and figure out how to explain it to our people in a way that they can understand it. Because they had another one in the Bay Area. It's supposed to be liberal capital of the world. They were trying to sell a home, I think, in Marin, and they were getting these low ball prices. The sisters know what I'm talking about. They put the pictures on the wall as white people. They started saying appraising the home 30% higher. You got an extra $100,000, $200,000 on the value of your home because they believe that white people live here. So they're doing these things and helping each other out, and we don't see it, and then we just act like we're all equal. So imagine this sister that had graduated from college and got her degree, and then which is so evil in itself too, where they got our sisters linking up with these white women and going with this feminist movement. You thinking that it's women being oppressed together when it's white against black once again. You understand? The black man is not trying to keep black women out of jobs. The white man is. But online, the whole narrative is us against each other. We are the problem with each other. When in reality, that woman that you think is your friend is taking your jobs and using your DEI. And you understand? And going to the school, they had a tape of a white woman calling a little cat monkey and for a happy birthday song. You know, but I digress. Salakia, where we at with it? I'm going down the damn rabbit hole. Salakia.
And women,
You know what I mean?
Salakia. And women rule over them.
Man, that's deep too. That's another thing. They love to put women over us. You know what I mean? That's a part of reversing the roles of men and women. The Willie Lynch paper goes into that real deep. But yeah, that's it for that. All right. No sweat. Any other questions? All right, let's go ahead and get into tonight's topic. The name of the class is Obedience is Not a Small Thing. Let's go to got a few definitions. Let's go to Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. Whoever got it, go ahead and read it.
Come. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right. The Lord put a difference between the children of Israel and the Egyptians. And how he was able to do it is a few things. So I got a few words we're going to define real quick. Society. I'm just going to read it for time's sake. I got it in my notes. Society, a community of people in a particular country having shared customs, laws, and organization. Right? Another word in part of that is custom. A traditional, widely accepted way of behaving or doing something specific to a particular society, a tradition or a way of life. And then the last word is civilized or civilization, a stage of human social and cultural development and organization that is considered most advanced. So a society is a community of people that have shared customs, laws, and way of life. In order for the children of Israel to have our own society, we need to have our own laws. We need to be separate from the Egyptians. We need to be separate from the Philistines. We need to be separate from the Assyrians. You understand? The Babylonians, all these different nations, the Greeks, the Persians. In order for us to have our own customs and be civilized, we have to have our own law, statutes, and commandments. Read that verse again.
Oh my God. Verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right. So he did everything in the Lord's power, teaching Moses these laws to separate us from the Egyptians. And then we get in 2010, 2013, and everybody want to be from Kemet. Everybody want to be Egyptian. Everyone wears the ankh. They got it tatted on them. You understand? Isn't it ironic that niggas want to be Egyptians out of all the nations on earth? You understand? Like, even they tell us we come out of West Africa. Like, the people in West Africa don't say that from my regulation. They don't really say that they're Egyptians. If anybody's saying they're Egyptians, it's the Nubians and the people that's in, you know what I mean, Eastern Africa. They have some affinity to them. But we are supposed to be from West Africa, and we want to claim Egypt. You know what I mean? It don't even add up according to the fake story. Like, we so far removed from it, but we see the greatness in their buildings, and we see the greatness in their history, and we say that we are them. The Lord wanted to sever us from them. Drop that and give me Exodus chapter. Matter of fact, let me get Leviticus chapter 18, verse 3.
This book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
After the doings of the land of Egypt,
Right.
wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Right. So the Lord is this is the book of the law, Leviticus. These are the laws that was given to us. He's telling us the things that they did in Egypt, we should not do. So when you're reading the laws, the majority of these laws are counter what was going on in Egypt. When they say a man shall not wear with a man as mankind, that's an abomination. That's because the Egyptians were doing that. When it says you shouldn't round the corners of your beard and get a shape up, it's because the Egyptians were doing that. When it says a brother shouldn't sleep with his sister, that's because the Egyptians were doing that. Everything was to separate us from them, to give us power in our own people, our own nation. And this is the reason why we, as blacks and Latinos, are at the bottom of everything, because we're trying to fit into every other nation. When we follow them, they become rulers over us. The brother saw somebody walking yesterday with Bruce Lee. In the 70s, niggas wanted to be Asian so bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's like a new resurgence with anime now a little bit, but in the 70s, for sure, Bruce Lee, you couldn't tell brothers that he wasn't a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, something about Bruce Lee. And I like Bruce Lee's movie just like the next man, you know what I mean? But coming to the truth, I know he's not an Israelite. I know he's not our people. And I know that a nigga really could kick his ass. You know what I'm saying? They talk about Michael J. White. They got offended that they said he could beat Bruce Lee up. And it's like they're cracking what? On topic from the first question with the Whore of Babylon. When people say that this black man could beat up Bruce Lee, they're destroying what for people? Go ahead. Not quite. Not quite. Go ahead.
It's like their confidence.
No. Who was Bruce Lee to them? It was already an answer. Somebody already answered earlier. He was a
Power structure or power figure in a sense.
Yep. There's another word for it. He became their another word. We said it already.
God.
There you go. I'll take that. They're God. You know what I'm saying? They're idol. You know what I mean? They worshiping Bruce Lee. He's all powerful. To say that this nigga can come and whoop his ass, it's like you're talking about their God. So the Asian community came out against that. Now, I saw one of them be honest in the interview. He said, Black men have natural strength, natural size. They're already physically capable. The reason why they created all these martial arts was so that this small group of people could defeat a larger group of people. So yes, this cat knowing the same thing that Bruce Lee knows, he should win. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't want him to say these things because it recertified to them why they shouldn't teach Black people how to do these things. You understand? But these things that we look up to them, we try to go so far into their culture, and they're already taking our money with the Chinese restaurants. They're already running the damn hair salon and the nail salon in our communities. They're already taking everything out of our community, and then we're trying to be like them. We end up serving them. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is saying, to hell with Bruce Lee. Follow Michael J. White. You understand? Follow these different men that learn the Yah Karab. You understand? Develop your own things, because for one, that's not what's going to save you. The Lord is what's going to save you. But that's our biggest power. You know what I mean? We call the Lord our power, because our source of what allowed us to defeat all the armies was the Most High God. And how we get the Most High God on our side is obeying him and following these laws, statutes, and commandments. The sidebar, going the last thing I'll talk about this martial arts and stuff. General Muhammad talked about, I don't know if y'all heard this story, about him wanting to go and study martial arts. You understand? None of y'all ain't heard this one. You heard it?
I think
You might have heard it a little bit.
he actually went in there and
Yeah. So yeah, he done got to the So he said, he asked Commander Jenny Hanna, he said, Salaki, sir, I want to, go and study these martial arts so, I can help brothers out and, teach them these certain things. And Commander Jenny Hanna was like, you don't need to do that. You already whooping niggas' ass. You don't need to go in there and learn nothing from the heathens. You know what I'm saying? He's like, sir, I just want to see and get some information, tactics, and learn from. He said, all right, like, no sweat it ain't, know what I'm saying? Go ahead and see what they got to offer. I guess General Muhammad went down there and was practicing or studying with the dojo master or whatever. And he said he must have got to sparring with him and punched the dude so hard he farted. You know what I'm saying? He said after that, he said, I didn't go back to that class no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just be sitting out some of these dojos. I be looking, I be watching, and I'm like seeing these little white guys in there. Like, I was at the gym too. The white dude, he was just on the thing. He just was, you could tell he was taking them classes and doing the little kicks. I'm like, man, I'll kick his ass. You know what I mean? Like, all this damn training don't mean a goddamn thing. I will throw him across this room. You understand? But we think that there's something to gain being like these other people because of their money and their power. This is why we look up to them. Not realizing it's a vicious cycle. The reason why we don't got no money and power, because we keep trying to be like them. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord has given us the answers, and this is building up our own society, making ourselves civilized amongst these other nations with these laws. All right, give me Deuteronomy 7:6. You think about the movie 300, right? They had all these different people come up to fight them, and everyone had their own different character, style. You know what I mean? The untouchable, what they call them? It was like they came with the mask or whatever. I don't know what they was called, but it was like these people were to put fear in you. Then they had another tribe of people come up, and the 300 people would try to fight. You could tell who was who, but because they all dressed the same, they all moved the same. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I think they eventually ended up losing to the Assyrians.
Okay.
The Assyrians ended up defeating the 300.
Right.
A lot of people think that a lot of people think that the Israelites were the 300, the Spartans, but they're not. He was a part of the Assyrian army. That's why we ended up beating them.
Damn, that's heavy. I never put that two and two together. But that's another thing too. A lot of these times in these armies, just like today, that's how you know it's nothing new under the sun. The majority of the people in the American military are blacks and Hispanics, and they use the Native Americans' language to defeat the in World War II, the Navajo language and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They always lean on us in order to make a way. The Tuskegee Airmen, these white boys couldn't fly them planes and do nothing. They put a couple cats in there. They did not want flying them planes and was going out there and giving them Germans hell. Go ahead, Niyat.
Like you said, as far as the military, us being in the military, what you say the percentage is about 75?
I'm gonna say it's probably about 50 if you combine blacks and Latinos.
Okay.
I think Esau is about 50%, and I would say blacks and Latinos together will make up the other 50%. You understand? Yep. But yeah, in 300 you had all these different tribes though, and you could tell who was who because they would always do something to set them apart. Whether it's a gang or a sports team, the teams have their colors in order to separate who's on my team and who's the enemy. You know what I mean? They have certain games in basketball when the colors are so similar, the dude starts passing the ball to, or I forgot, they say like they don't want the men on the sideline to wear white shirts because the away team, however it is set up, the dudes will start passing the ball to the other team that's sitting on the sideline because he's standing up and he's looking similar to the person on their team because the colors are similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to know who your enemies are and your ops are, you have to have a sharp distinction of who is over here and who's over there. We have tried to become friends with everyone, and we are trying to pass the ball to people that are not on our team. They're not trying to pass us the ball. Chinese people are not trying to, they may let their kids listen to a little rap music, but they're not saying go and actually do business with black people and help enrich black people. They'll never teach their kids that. You understand? They teach their kids to do business with their people, with their nation, and they don't feel guilty about it. We are the only ones that are shamed when we try to do things for our own people. Anybody got any comments on that? I sure see your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Thinking of something.
No, I was just thinking about this question that Samad asked me earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how this is like a side blowing.
No, go ahead. Let's get down. You know what I mean?
How he was like y'all don't gangbang up here
Mm-hmm.
in Northern California like that. I'm not gonna lie, like in the past couple of years, like people gangbang up here when you really think about it.
Right.
Like even in Oakland, like there's new gangs. Like they've been around, but I mean they're like mostly new. They're not as old as the Blood and the Crips.
Right.
You just said like the color distinction, Blood and Crips, red and blue, opposite colors, to know who you're talking with or who you know what I mean? He's like, y'all don't wear colors. Like we do. I'm like, yeah, they gangbanging out here. Does not wear colors. He's like, so how do they know who their ops are?
Right.
I'm like, don't you think? Now I'm thinking about it, like these niggas is damn near family for real. That's how they really know. Like Stubby and Kenny, that's how they really know who their ops are, because like shit,
they're so close.
Mostly like Instagram, like you know this nigga, he got seen him in the picture, the Instagram picture, or like you know what I mean? Because they're not banging colors. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas are damn near cousins for real.
So is that saying because it's more of a smaller scale thing? Because I think as the thing would grow, it would be hard to keep up with that.
Right.
And they would eventually have to start doing some things that separate more.
It has grown over these years. It has grown a lot. So for the most part, it is a smaller scale thing, but because they're mimicking gangbanging from like Southern California, these distinctions are still not being made. So everything is happening through either you don't know or everything is happening through social media. Like that's the only thing that you're getting, you know what I mean? Or you're just family, you know, dude.
Damn.
It's like literally your family, literally your cousin, you're literally killing your cousin.
Damn.
I just thought,
Most I ain't cry. There's something to that. What you're saying, I want to try to unravel and unpack that a little bit, and how does this apply to what is going on with our nation and their nation. Like it's very easy for us to get into a deep hatred of our own family. You know what I mean? But it's and this is the reason why we're able to do that and love and forgive these other nations. For one, we know the image of white Jesus. You understand? I always say it all the time. If Jesus is God, if the white man is your God, then the devil has to be a black man. You know what I'm saying? You have to have some level of hatred for the people around you that are closest to you to love and forgive the people that have done all the evil things to you. You only have so much of a love meter in your body. You only have so much of a forgiveness meter in you. You know what I mean? And you're giving all of your love and forgiveness to these heathens. So now when your cousin does something, this is all you can see. Like I said, when I was in LA, I seen it. I'm like, man, it was a cat with a hat from Fody's, and we not too far from, you know what I'm saying, South Central. He's Edomite running all through South Central. Nobody's pressing him. Nobody, they always talk about the checking in when you go to LA. That this cat got to check in, that person got to check in. Edomites don't never have to check in. You know what I mean? And why is that? Because it's once again, it's too complicated to even understand what the hell they're doing to you. Like, you can't even see what they're doing to you to even be mad at them. Right. You know what I mean? So this is our job, to figure out how to show our people what the hell they're doing. And those things, those different studies, you go out and find them and bring them and show them that this is not something that happened in the 1940s, but it's going on right now, that sister was wise to do it. She may not be in the truth, but the Lord put a spirit on her to go out and see what these devils are doing. Like, who would have thought of that? Just make an AI white woman and boom, you see how much more, 60%, 6 out of you know what I'm saying, 10 callbacks versus you only getting, you know what I mean, 8%. That's crazy numbers. But this sister done gone to school the same amount of time, done the same amount of work. Probably, not even probably, we know better than her, but she's not getting these opportunities and turning around and wondering why she's so frustrated. But this is why our job is important here in the UPK once again too, is we don't matter if we had an education or not. That sister's got to learn to say, you are an idiot. Right. You know what I'm saying? You are a dummy. No one's going to tell you the truth. Am I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Sister, you are out your goddamn mind. You got 10 degrees. You still don't understand that this person is your enemy. It doesn't matter how smart you are. We are men. We are made to go to war. We can see an enemy. Y'all need to tone the way y'all talking to people, and why y'all so rough with it. We trying to build a goddamn army. We're not trying to build the Boy Scouts. Not trying to make the new version of the male version of the Girl Scouts and go out and kick it. We need soldiers in here, because that's the thing the black community is missing protection. And you thinking that you are smart and educated, not knowing that these goddamn devils are going to war with you. That white woman is not your friend. She's your enemy. She's plotting on your job. She's getting you on her side to make her job a whole lot easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always say that, well, a man makes $1, a woman only makes 70% or whatever. Y'all heard that? You know, the stats, 70 cents to every dollar a man makes is what a woman makes. I want the study to come out and see if y'all brothers find it out. I'm looking into it my damn self. How much money does a white woman make compared to a black woman? How much does a white woman make compared to a black man? Because if it was about men versus women, how the hell does the white woman make more money than a black man? You understand what I'm saying? They're telling you men make more money than women, and that's the problem. But how is it that white women over here are making more money than black men over here? It don't make no sense. But these dum-dums are following this, and they want to fight us over here. Once again, the same thing with the gangbang. So I could go ahead, sis.
So I did research on this because I looked into this in 2022 because I had a coworker who was a Escarite, and he was really into the red pill manosphere.
Right.
And this came up about $1.70 a dollar.
Right.
And he was like, that statistic is not true because women don't advocate for themselves. And I was like, I was talking with what if it's not necessarily gender? It's race. So I brought the stats and I said, with that research, when you go deeper into it, that 70 cents Black women make about 45 cents to that compared
Damn.
to white women.
Damn.
Dollar spectrum. And
Right.
Hispanic women make even less,
Damn.
more towards 40 cents. And that was in 2022. That's stat. And an Asian woman actually made closer to 65 cents.
Hmm.
And so they broke it down by race. It was a sample size that wasn't that big, but it was still a sample size. And then white men obviously make $1, and then compared to black men compared to white men, black men are making close to, I believe it was 45 cents to $1 to white men.
Right.
And to white women, they're making 70 cents, and
Damn.
black women are making 45 cents.
Right.
So black women and black men are making about the same amount compared to white women.
Damn.
So white women are still over and oppressing black men and black women. And Hispanic men make close to about, depending on the age, it'd be from 40 cents to 45 cents.
Man.
Those men gets the income tends to get higher.
Man, get a sister in here, man. Them is the numbers that I was looking for, man. Most High in Christ, like, and that's where you see that we are on the same team and they're on another team. And that's what we say, like chess. This is a chess game. You don't use the white pieces to beat the other side. If you on the black side, you on the black side. You got to use your pawns, your bishop, your queen, your, you know what I'm saying, rooks in order to win the game. You can't go over and hop on the other side and say that this white piece needs to help you win the game. That's what they're trying to do, and make a coalition of white women and black women against men, when in reality, white women support white men, and they know the real war is about race. You understand? I got one for maybe if I can find that. Somebody has something I'll pull on next precept. Go ahead, Doc.
I just want to tell Slightly, sir. I just want to tell you this quick story real quick. You know, back in early 2000s, I was working at a bank as a mail courier, right?
Right.
And you know, my supervisor, he graduated from San Jose State.
Okay.
All right. And I actually, you know what I'm saying, when he had to take, I mean, the job was rigorous. You know what I'm saying? We had to actually take care of 3 buildings at this time. It was like it was a private bank. And so he started taking vacation. You know, he'd take like a week or two, what have you. You know what I'm saying? So I have to run the whole thing by myself.
Right.
It's not a one-man job. You know, it isn't. But I was able to do that shit by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything. I mean, like I said, he has a degree.
Right.
Graduated Southern State.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing, right? So I come up, you know what I'm saying? They call me in the office, you know, for a raise and stuff like that. What do you call that?
Evaluation or something like that, or what?
Damn. It's when, you know, when they talk to you about your performance.
Right. Okay.
Your raise, what have
Right.
you. You know what I'm saying? But they offered me 25 cents. And I was like, damn.
Right. Come on, man. Right.
Doing the same thing this cat's doing.
Damn,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? 25 cents slapped me in my face.
Man.
And then not only that, you know, like they eventually they let me go.
Well, he said they let you go too? Yeah. He disrespected us. He didn't take, he's ungrateful.
So eventually they let me go like about 3 years there. Like,
Man.
I was there for a minute.
Okay.
And so, you know, the cat was like,
No, it is funny. It is funny how evil these people are. I hear Shakat in my head. I hate the white man is the
So, you know,
devil.
he was like, yeah, so what's your address? We see your last paycheck, whatever. You know, so I told him my address and shit. He was like, yeah, there's no, you don't have a number on there, like a apartment number.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I live it up. We know what you pay. We pay you. You shouldn't be in our. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this cat that's straight vicious.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Get a brother a hand, man, for seeing who the devil is live and direct, man. Man, they're dead serious with that too, man. That 25 cents, that 50 cents, they feel like they're doing something and giving you that, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And then you wonder why cats is out here selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's disrespectful the way they try to do, brothers. Like you said, you're doing the same job as them and more, and somebody else over here. And that's another thing. So even they've got more stats on that. Sisters that doing the same job is getting paid lesser. They don't get the raises. They don't offer them the money. They know that they can just take advantage of them because they don't have any protection. You understand? And that's where the soldiers should come into play. That's where we should be coming up with our plans on how we can survive without them. You know what I mean? So it's not just about not eating pork. You know what I mean? We can not eat pork because the Lord said it. That's the main reason not to eat pork. But just imagine if it was so important to us that we now need more restaurants for our people to go to, that we can say kosher just like they do. Instead, you know what I mean? This is going to be Yasharallah approved. This clothing, all these things should be geared towards our culture to empower us. And you see it even within the UPK on smaller scales. Like I said, going to our Passovers, a lot of brothers are able to make some good money with the businesses that they create at Passovers, at these barbecues. You understand? And even to the point like Captain Tazariak, when I came into school, he was working. At first, he said he had a good slavery. He did some things that wasn't wise, lost his slavery. You know what I mean? Then he had another solid slavery, but now he doesn't work. He can do full work of the Lord. He sells his oils, and the nation supports him. He not only created a really good product, but he has, brothers and sisters around the nation that want to purchase from him. So he has internalized what white people like to say in the book. We have an ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? This is he buys shirts from him and he buys the oil from him and it goes around, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So they can keep their goddamn 25 cents, you know what I mean? But let's see. Now this is what I got for y'all. Oh yeah, this, and then we'll go to our precepts. It's these comedians, man. Sometimes they touch on some things very heavy when it talks about these white women and privilege. This is a guy named Bill Burr. He's a kind of cat I'll have doing comedy for me in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? This Edomite is funny. Let me see if I can plug back. Oh, I was never plugged in. Can you unplug your Bluetooth real quick? I don't have it hooked up, and I don't think, for time's sake, I won't worry about hooking it up to the speaker right now. We don't got the cord right here. So
Bluetooth disconnected.
just gonna play it.
Aaron.
Let me see if mine connects to it real quick. But this is a joke, but it's really the truth in what he's saying. Let me see.
I had no idea how difficult it was to be a white woman in the United States of America. Really, it's really difficult. Fiction. Do you have any idea what it's like to be me? Well, I imagine it would be slightly less awesome than my life. What happened to you? Did they screw it up? Did they not chill your rosé? You know? Was the trolley not running down at the mall? What happened? No, it's unreal. I'm really fucking annoyed how white women have the fucking balls to throw my white privilege in my face. You know? So they separate themselves from these white males with their white male privilege. It's like, bitch, you're sitting in a jacuzzi with me.
Good night. Yeah.
What's your fucking whining?
Good night. You know what I mean? That's a bar right there. He said, bitch, you're sitting in the jacuzzi with me complaining about white men and how we have destroyed your life, and you are living an amazing life compared to everybody else. He said, it's just a little bit less than me. I'm making $1. You making 75 cents. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm holding it together. I went out there and killed all these niggas. I lynched them. I should make 25 cents more. You know what I'm saying? I put these cats in chains. We made the bombs. We go out and shoot the guns. Give me that 25 cents. But I'm going to break bread with you because you're the next piece that's important for me to keep this thing rolling. You know what I'm saying? But don't act like you're going through what these niggas are going through. Don't sit here and tell me that you're suffering when what they didn't chill the rosé, they messed up your macchiato at Starbucks while you drive off to the suburbs. You get that slave money just like I get that slave money. You understand? You go to these colleges just like I go to these colleges. You getting everything that I get, and you want to make it seem like I'm the enemy. You know what I mean? So our sisters shouldn't fall for that. You know what I mean? But Salakia. Let's go to my next precept. Let's get where we at. I think we're in Leviticus 20 and 26.
Slakia, sir.
Go ahead.
You said Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to that one first. Let me turn.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee
Right.
to be a special people
Hmm.
unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. These precepts, we hear them over and over and over again. We drill these precepts, man, because there's so much weight and heaviness in these few words. You understand? These things are the milk precepts that give us the mindset to unlock and see what's really going on. We are a holy people, a separate people. When we not separate people, you know me, I always flip it. You know what I mean? You're going to find that General Hyman is really good at that. I've been looking into this and studying this and understanding how does he come up with these things in these classes, man. And I'm just going down a rabbit hole. It's called rhetorical inversion or something like that. Like you can pull out something heavy by showing the opposite of it. They said that the what was it he said? He said something about the Latinos that, okay, this was an example of it. He said there was a white man that was supposed to go to prison, and the judge said he was too good to go to prison. So if he's too good to go to prison, then by default, who should be able to go to prison? Niggas, you understand? Spicks, savages. This place is made for us. Just by you saying this white man can't go here. Well, if the Bible is saying thou art an holy people, you are a separate people unto the Lord thy God. When you don't separate yourself from other people, we become an evil people. We become a wicked people unto the Lord our God, Satan. You understand? That's who we follow. That's who we worship. And you see all manner of wickedness in our communities, all these abortions, all these different things that we see that come out of our nation because we don't want to follow these things. We don't want to be who we really are, a separate and holy nation. Can you read?
Verse 7.
Okay. I think that's it. That's 2 I'm on that. Is there any more on 6? I'll cut it off. I think the battery might be dead. It's too wild. Then we're just gonna go. I ain't worried about it. Just read loud. It's too wild. Don't worry about it. We're getting closer to the end of class. We're just gonna. Yep. All right. Let's go to Leviticus 20 and 26. Baruch Shah.
This book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 6. And the soul that turneth after.
Leviticus 20 and 26.
Oh, slut.
That's what?
Leviticus 20. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall be holy unto me.
He shall be what?
Shall be holy unto
He
me.
shall be Quadash. He shall be separate. Read.
For I, Lord, am holy.
Right. The Lord is holy. The Lord is separate. These are the things that we want to remember when we doing day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? We can always be better. We always can grow. I got to examine myself and the things that I'm doing. Like, am I carrying myself like a priest? Am I carrying myself like someone that's an Israelite indeed? You understand? Like, we are to be like the Lord. The Lord is holy. He's separate. You can't just reach out and grab the Lord. You just can't do whatever you want with the Most High. You understand? We should be like that. These heathens just can't look at a black man like, oh, I can be. No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? These heathens shouldn't be able to look at us like we're beneath them. They should look up to us like we're better than them. You understand? And we should carry ourselves like that as priests and prophets and brothers and sisters in the school. You understand? Doing things that are different than everyone else and really living these things. We've had too much time of trying to hear what the Lord wants from us. We got to become doers of what the Lord wants from us. That's what we need. We got too much of that in the Christian church. Go ahead, read.
And have severed you from
Ooh,
other people,
damn.
and ye shall be mine.
Right. Alexa, what is the definition of severed?
As a verb, separate is usually defined as
Not separate.
to keep apart or
Okay.
divide, as by an intervening
Alexa.
barrier or
Stop. Alexa, what is the definition of severed? You have to talk like
severed is a form of the verb sever, which is usually defined as to separate, apart from the whole, as by cutting or the like. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for sever.
Give me more. Alexa, give me more. She don't want to listen anyway. Once again, sever though. I like the part when it talks about cutting. Usually when you see different definitions, it goes into that form of like cutting. When you sever something, you severed his arm off. The Lord cut us off from these other nations. Somebody raise their hand? I thought I saw somebody say, okay. You know what I mean? He severed us from these other nations. Anything else on that, Akia? All right. That no, read that part from severed again and have severed.
And have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
Right. And that's the important part. Cutting us off, separating us from them, allows us to be the Lord's. You know what I mean? So it's power in that. So we gotta obey that. So if the law separates from us from other people, what happens when you disobey the law? You know what I mean? I think I answered this already. You join to these other nations. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you don't want to be separate. Give me 1 Samuel 15-22. 1 Samuel 15-22.
This is book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And Samuel said, the Lord hath great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices,
Mm-hmm.
as in obeying the voice of the Lord.
Damn.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
It's better.
Yes. To obey is better than sacrifice.
Go ahead, break it down to y'all.
You know, slugging. I mean, because you can sacrifice a faulty thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Something that the Lord doesn't want. You know, just like Samuel's sons, as a matter of fact, you know, they were, you know, giving people the fat of the meat. You know what I'm saying? They were like it. They were taking the good.
Right.
You do the same thing with the Lord. You can offer the Lord, you know, fat and not the good. You know what I'm saying? So it's better. It is better to be, you know, it is better to obey than to sacrifice something that, you know, the Lord doesn't want.
You close. Go ahead.
Like I said, I thought that was better.
Okay, we're not gonna get into that part.
Okay, like-
Nah. I think that's we'll go to those actual laws at another time to get to that specific analogy, but that's not quite what this means.
So like you said, for me, to add on to what Nayat is saying, like I think what I'm taking from this is you could bring these sin offerings and sacrifice them to the Lord all the time and just keep sinning, like
Right.
like it's better just to obey and than just to be bringing all these sin offerings all the time as like a sorry
Right.
to the Lord.
Damn right. Most of them right. That's the answer right there. That's a perfect breakdown. That's what's being said here. Like you got to look at these sacrifices were just like a ticket, a speeding ticket. You understand? When if America was a real righteous and just nation, when you drive in your car and they care about your life, they want you to slow down so you don't die going 150 miles down the damn freeway. So they say here is a fine that's going to hit your pocket so you don't do it again. And then if you do it again, they're going to increase the fine until you be like, you know what? I'm not going to speed anymore. And they're going to have saved your life is the purpose of that. They know if you don't get a ticket, you're going to have your baby in the car seat, not even buckled down, baby flying out the window. You understand? They want you to care about that baby's life and put the baby in the car seat so the baby can live. So they're not giving you the ticket. But in America, we know they take advantage of that and they do want to make money. They can give a damn about you dying on the freeway. They've turned it into an industry to make money. But the spirit behind it was to save your life. That's the same thing. The Lord said, I want your best bullock, not because he really cares about the bull. He doesn't need the actual blood of the bull. It's better to obey than to sacrifice. It's better for you to just not sin than having to need to bring this bull to show apology for the sin. You know what I'm saying? It's another precept, I think it's in Psalms 50 or 55, where it talks about that would the Lord delight in the blood? Like, does he need to eat the blood of these animals? The Lord doesn't need those things. The sacrifices are not for you. What he wants you to sacrifice or what he wants you to give up is a humble and contrite spirit. I'm paraphrasing it horribly, so I'm just going to pull it up real quick. I think Psalm 55 or 50. Let me get it real quick. If I were hungry, Psalm 50. Somebody pull Psalms 50 in verse 12.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 12 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine, and the fullness thereof.
Right. So, like, the Lord always likens us to children. So imagine you got a child that don't obey, right? And you tell them, I'll give you allowance every week. And if you don't do this, you don't do your homework, you don't clean up, then I'm taking $5 out of your allowance. You understand? I'm taking $10 off your allowance, etc. Right? The Lord is saying, if I were hungry, I wouldn't tell thee. Like, that's some real black parent type stuff. Like, nigga, you think I can pay these bills with your funky $5? You see what I'm saying? You think these lights gonna stay on with your $10? You think I really want to take this money from you? You think I get something out of it? No. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Verse 13. Will I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats?
Right. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna eat the Pop-Tarts. I don't even like Pop-Tarts. Like, I'm stopping you from getting these little snacks. I'm grown. I don't even care about the things that you care about. I don't survive off of those things. That's not why I'm asking you to give them to me. Read.
Verse 14. Offer unto God thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High.
Right.
15.
Hold on. Let me see. That's a part of it. I want to see the one where it says a contrite spirit as well. Let me see if I can find that one if it's not right here. Let me see. Okay, let's go for time's sake. I'm gonna look it up right here. Contrite spirit. Contrite spirit, KJV. It's gonna be Psalms 51 and 17. That's right there. Start at verse 16.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 51, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
For thou desirest not sacrifice,
Right.
else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering.
Right. The Lord doesn't desire your sacrifice. He doesn't want you to give these lambs once again and these burnt offerings and these things. He wants you to stop sinning. You know what I mean? The taxing on you is to inspire you to say, you know what? I don't want to lose my bull next year, so I'm just not going to do this thing that's unlawful. Read.
Verse 17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit,
Mhm.
a broken and a contrite heart. A God, oh God, thou wilt not despise.
Right, like contrite means to be apologetic. You understand? In the Catholic Church, I think they have it called the acts of contrition. You understand? When you are contrite, you are apologetic for what you've done wrong. He wants you to have a broken and contrite spirit. And matter of fact, I'm going all over the place, but these precepts are coming to me as we go on. Give me Isaiah 64, verse 4. You understand? This is something that we have to know as we come into the truth. Verse 6, actually, Isaiah 64 and 6. As we come into the truth, you don't want to feel guilty for the things that you've done in the world. You were born again, you will become a new person, but you also don't want to be puffed up. It can happen very quickly. Brothers and sisters coming to truth for 3 months. You ain't ate pork in 3 months. All of a sudden, every nigga in Harlem got to die and burn in hell. You understand? Like, you know what I'm saying? A nigga smoking weed is like a goddamn plague on the planet Earth. You understand? You act like this nigga is the evilest and wickedest nigga on planet Earth because you stopped smoking weed 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? When you smoked for 25 years straight, now you didn't quit, you holier than now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to forget the things that we've done in order to help our people and fuel the fire of what you need. You understand? This verse is very important right here. Like he said, a broken heart, a contrite spirit, that you see the evil that you've done, you know you don't deserve a second chance. Now you genuinely apologetic and you know you got to work and pay that debt off that Christ gave with his life. Go ahead and read.
This book of Isaiah, chapter 64, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
But we are all as unclean and slut.
Mm-hmm.
But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags.
Right, and that rag is like that woman. They used to say a woman on her rag, a filthy rag. She using this towel during her cycle. All your righteousness, everything you ever done great, all your camps, your classes, all that means nothing. You understand? It's like a filthy rag. It's you're trying to clean up something that was already destroyed. You understand? You seen how white towels get, you know what I mean? If it's bloody, you can wash it and be technically clean, you know what I mean? Like, but the stain is still there. You know what I mean? It never fully goes away. In that essence, in that sense, these precepts are used to humble us and have a broken heart that you know what I'm saying? That all these things that I've done things worthy of death already. So for me to have life, this debt isn't paid off. You know what I mean? I'm still here to continue on this walk and do this work. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
And we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away.
Right. So if you get puffed up and you think that you are this great because you in the truth now and everyone else is just evil as hell, then you will get taken away in your sin and your iniquities as well. And Satan will creep up on you like a thief in the night and have you with 7 more demons than you did initially. You understand? So that's what we want to, remain humble and see all our righteousness as a filthy rag. All right. But I think that's it. We at 9 o'clock. Exodus 19. Give me Exodus 19 and 5. Isaiah. Go ahead when you got it.
This book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. For all the earth is mine.
Alexa, give me the definition of peculiar. It's another good word.
As an adjective, peculiar is usually defined as strange, Queer, odd.
Damn.
As a noun,
like that one.
peculiar is usually defined as
Alexa.
property or privilege belonging exclusively or
Alexa,
exclusively-
stop. Alexa, learn how to be more black. Can you train yourself? Alexa, we need an AI. You know what I mean? You gotta train your AI. They say you can train your AI. Alexa, learn how to become more black and Hispanic and Latino, Native American. We don't, that's queer, wild. That's not what the Lord meant for sure. Even with that though, the homosexuals are taking that word. You know what I'm saying? It's really not their word. They didn't use it and destroy that word too. They destroy everything they touch. You know what I mean? But peculiar. I want to see if that comes up on Google. I don't know what's up with Alexa. Alexa be having some weird. If I Google peculiar definition, if it don't say queer, then the white man is training this Alexa to be strange, odd, unusual. This is the first thing that comes up on Google. Unusual, odd, funny, curious, bizarre, weird. Not one distinctive, different individual. None of it has queer on here, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think this is how they do us. We're gonna get rid of Alexa. Who was the other one? Siri. Who was the competitor? You know what I mean? Chatbot. We gotta go with something else around here. But you know what I mean? But read it again, Salaki.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, ye will obey my voice indeed,
Right.
and keep my covenant.
Right.
Then ye shall be a peculiar treasure.
Well, in other words, a strange treasure. One more time.
You shall be a peculiar treasure.
Unusual treasure. You understand? A bizarre treasure, distinctive. You understand? We're going to be different from everyone on planet Earth once we follow and obey the Lord. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
Right. And that's what gives us our power. So now our job is, once again, prove us wrong. That's what Charlie Kirk loves saying. Prove us wrong that these laws, statutes, and commandments don't make you a better people than everyone else. Show me something else that makes a nation of people superior, and then they'll have an argument. You understand? But morally, these laws are superior than any other laws on the land. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what they're doing in China. They got all this money, wealth, and power, but they molesting children in China left and right. You know what I'm saying? They abusing women. They are aborting babies. They're doing all manner of wickedness, selling opium, smoking opium, eating all types of animals people shouldn't eat. The dogs can't wait for Christ to return in China. And Chinese dogs is praying that this Negro comes back. You know what I mean? They will be free when he is out of rulership over there. But that's what makes us strange. And it's sad. That's how you know we live in an evil world. That's the last thing I say. It's strange. Us being righteous is strange. Like, that's what your kids gonna go through. You know what I'm saying? They stay in the truth. They go to high school. You don't smoke weed. You not trying to sleep with this girl. You not watching porn. That's gonna be strange. You're a weirdo. You don't celebrate Halloween with all these ghouls and goblins. You're strange to them because they are so lust-filled and evil. You know what I mean? And this is a place that the Lord built. He like, the earth is mine. Why I feel uncomfortable here? You know what I'm saying? Christ feel uncomfortable coming to planet Earth. He like, man, we got to start killing some things around here and clean up. We got the land needs to be cleansed. There's so much evil and wickedness going on here. The Lord created a place, and it's like he don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? This just got to get cleaned the hell up. You know what I mean? But that's it on that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna push it any further than this. Anybody got any other comments about the class? Anything else before we wrap it up? Go ahead, please.
Slightly, sir, but yeah, I got a dictionary with like strong concordance in the Bible.
Mhm.
So that peculiar
Okay.
treasure, it's 54, 59.
Okay.
It says peculiar. proper, good, special.
Damn.
That's what it is.
That's deep too. When proper gives it another sense and spirit behind that. Like we are peculiar people, we are proper people. You know what I'm saying? We're not loose like the child in Isaiah you were reading. Children are very loose. This is talking about earlier today, man. It was I can't bring up nothing around this brother. You know, man, DK, he gonna be, how did you find that out? I gotta hear about it for the next. The young men are oppressing us. Jeremiah, the young man is oppressing me. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother, though, man. I love that brother, man. But I seen an interview on YouTube. It was I don't know how I saw it, but it was a porn star named Pinky from a long time ago, and she said that for some reason she was having trouble in her career or something because the young cats they desensitized to the stuff they see on Instagram every day. They see naked women so much or wearing thongs that they can't even perform because they're seeing these images all day, every day. You understand? And it's like for us to not be proper, you know what I'm saying? Like women, the attire they wore in our culture is modest, you know what I'm saying? But we have become desensitized to these things that now men can't even deal with their women, you know what I mean? This is what the lecture was about, that this has become so normal. But the prior to that, if you never seen anything all of the time, brother, when you do see something, you're gonna be ready. You know what I'm saying? It's lucky. But that's coming from the wisdom of the Lord, like being a peculiar people. You know what I mean? And people don't even see how weird the world has become, how queer it has become. That's the normal now. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? But Salakia. But that's it. All right, go ahead up. You calling Captain Kwame on me? Sorry. This is the third class. He brought up a porn star, sir. I'm starting to have questions.
See those pictures, it's to generate dopamine.
Right. Right.
Getting that dopamine hit.
Right.
It was I don't know who I was bringing it out to, but I was telling someone that that every time you they brought out a study that every time you are on your phone on social media and you constantly doing this swipe, it actually gives a dopamine hit to the brain every single time. And the more that dopamine hit gets, it starts to signals to the brain that it's getting too much aroused.
Damn. No, that makes a lot of sense, you know. And that addiction is just like cocaine. That's why they say they have those little pictures where they show like Instagram and the needle. It's like this is the new crack, the new heroin. Because I've definitely seen it with these old women making these naked pictures, Tony Braxton, whoever. You gotta be addicted to these likes. You know what I mean? Somebody liking your picture gives you a high that you can't get anywhere else. You know what I mean? You don't care if your husband like you. You care if 50,000 strangers like you. You know, that means more to you. These brothers, everything they're going out, they going to jail over the gram. Cats is snitching on themselves to get some fame online. That is a hell of a drug. Like the heroin addict looking at you like, yeah, I know I'm on the streets and I'm on meth and I'm on this, but I never just went online and sent myself to jail. Like just because to get high, you know what I mean? Like I tried to hide it a little bit so I could stay free. You know what I mean? You don't even give a damn just for people to say they like you and say that they, you know who you are. You know what I mean? That's a different level of evil right there. And they put all of their money into it. Literally, Silicon Valley, where we live, billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars are invested in keeping people addicted to these things. And so, like he said, we got to be soldiers. That's the one thing that stood out to me. He said, you can't have somebody, you not on your job, on your guard, and let somebody in the back door into your family, into your house. We got to be at war, not just with guns, you know what I'm saying, and physically fighting. We got to be spiritually minded and see this war that they have to attack our family. So let's take those things into account, and let's, within our own zone, build more time, not only with our families individually, but collectively together, you understand, and build that brotherhood and sisterhood together. You got something else?
I was on 6 o'clock this year, which you bring out. That's why the scriptures say the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
Right.
but spiritual.
Right. Damn right. You know where to find it? Off, no, just off your head. If not, you ain't gonna look at. I think I'm gonna go Ephesians 10 or Ephesians 5. I'm gonna say Ephesians 6 and 1. Might be Ephesians 6. Let me see, test myself. Ephesians 10, Ephesians 6, or Ephesians 5. One of them. So like it. Let's see, Ephesians. Somebody can look it up. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. There is no 10, so there we go. Am I right? I'm thinking of the. No, maybe I'm wrong altogether. I'm thinking of, but we wrestle not against flesh and blood. But that's not it. Somebody go ahead and look it up then. Second Corinthians 10.
10 verse 4.
Okay. Go ahead and read it.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Are not what?
Are not carnal.
The weapons of our warfare. Life is about war. That's what we grew up coming into truth saying. Life is about war. Go to war with everything. Don't cower out at anything. That's not One West. Sisters go to war with everything. Whatever it is that you fighting, that you know Satan wants you to be doing, you fight against that. You know what I'm saying? You don't cower at it. You address it and go ahead at it. We so goddamn one way. We want to fight everything. Captain Mashak said that his school in D.C., they came to pick up the trash. They went past our school and didn't pick up our trash. He said he ran down the street, caught the trash man. You're going to pick up our trash like you pick up everybody else's trash. You know what I mean? Like he said, you get a ticket. Don't just take the ticket, man. Go to the damn courtroom and fight that ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like everything we do, we want to go to war with. You know what I mean? Because that's what soldiers do. We want to fight. We want a reason. You know what I mean? So, but our weapons are not carnal. We're not seeing life as just, oh, we're going to kill with this gun, because there's so many other battles and fronts that we can win on, and they're actually more important than that. That's what Christ understood. Him being a revolutionary, he understood. And like I said, the Chinese know it today. All the Arabs, everyone knows it. There's so many levels of war that are not just straight guns and violence. There's more wars than violence. And I could go down the list, but I'm just for time's sake off the top of my head. You got cyber war. They fighting on the internet. You understand? They got economic warfare. They fighting with their money. Cultural warfare. They fighting with the culture. There's so many different other fronts that China is kicking America's ass in these warfare, and we just keep thinking we're gonna see 1 million Chinese people walk over the mountains and come kill us. And they getting destroyed with this opium war. They sending fentanyl left and right. You understand? So with us, we could go to war here in the UPK right against America lawfully. We can do things against this nation that, they are hurting with. You may not see it the same way they're doing covert things to destroy us. When we do these things, they feel like they took a loss. You understand? Somebody was supposed to have this brother in their prison making money off of this brother. Somebody was supposed to have you selling dope to somebody else's family member. You see what I'm saying? Somebody's supposed to have, now I keep pointing out, brother, you're supposed to be beating some woman's ass, you know what I'm saying? And destroying your family, you know what I mean? But you come into the truth and learn a better way of life, you know what I'm saying? Some sister that's in this school is supposed to have 3 abortions right now. She didn't have. Instead, she got 3 children running around. That devil is taking losses left and right, and it's harmful to his empire. You know what I'm saying? All of us supposed to celebrate Christmas this year. All of us supposed to celebrate Halloween. They're taking losses left and right by us not partaking and putting our spirit into that. You know what I mean? Was there anything else on that one? I think going to the next, or that was the last verse.
But mighty through God
Mhm.
to the pulling down of strongholds,
Right.
casting down images,
Mhm.
and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity
Damn.
every thought to the obedience of Christ.
And what's the title of the class? That was not a planned precept. Obedience is not a small thing. That's a perfect precept to leave on that. And I'm bringing this one out at camp this week. You understand? Like casting down imaginations and all these images, this white Jesus. We got to throw that down. Every high thing that exalts itself. These people that feel great in America, like a Charlie Kirk, the next one, the Lord be with him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you can exalt yourself into a high place and the Lord is going to humble you. You understand? And all these things and bringing into captivity every thought to obedience of Christ. Like we're not going to have a choice. We see the changing of the guard. We see the sign of the times. We see the future. That's why we say you priests and prophets of the Lord, because other people can't see where things are going, and they are set in their mind that things have to go this way. But it's like, this is the last, I know I keep saying the last thing. We had 20 minutes now. But goddamn, man, if you were in an empire and you knew Genghis Khan is coming, imagine being whoever one of the lands Genghis Khan conquered. They say he was in Turkey or India. Let's say he was in India. Imagine if you heard about Genghis Khan coming to conquer India, and you said, you know what? I'm about to start making some connections with them Mongolians. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get prepared for this emperor to come. You know what I mean? And everybody else like, man, if you don't do what Bangladesh, the East Indian dude say do, this Elamite, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get killed. And if you don't obey what he said, then you're going to go to prison. If you don't obey what our king Mahatma Gandhi is telling us to do, and you're in trouble. Like, nigga, to hell with that. I see who's coming down the road. Genghis Khan gonna destroy all this. I want to be great in that empire. I want to be great in that kingdom. I'm not worried about this kingdom. That's what priests and prophets are doing. That's what the brothers in ISUBK are doing. We don't give a damn about being great in this kingdom. We see these people are going to be brought down to captivity. They're going to be forced to obey our king. So why not do it now? Why not get on board now? You're not going to be able to eat pork in the kingdom. You're not going to be on Pornhub in the kingdom. You're not going to have an OnlyFans in the kingdom. You're not going to be having abortions in the kingdom. You're not going to be selling dope. You're not going to be gangbanging. Why not stop now? Why not get on board now? Why not get ahead of the curve and see where things are going? Read the goddamn writings on the wall. Read what's going on in Revelations. See what this Bible has been prophesying, that everything that it says is going to happen is happening. Why not get on board now? Because you're not going to have a choice later on. You understand? He's going to bring you to obedience. He's going to bring you to captivity, and you're going to have to obey then. So we getting on board now. You understand? So with that, we're going to salute the class. Shalom, Yabashim Ashar, Brakathum to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema, Tham Bashim Ashar to all the sisters. All right.